All right, welcome. So this is the house build video for the bodybuilder aspiration that I will be going through. It's not very based on the bodybuilder aspiration. There's really not any workout equipment. We really do have to work up to that. But it is a 1-bedroom starter that doesn't look completely horrible. I always feel like starters in The Sims become these very run-down buildings that really don't seem practical. So I really tried to make this a little bit more pleasant. I did also notice that there's the other houses nearby, like in this neighborhood, and I kind of tried to match the style. So you see that house over there right next to us, our neighbors. I kind of tried to match the same style, use the same columns to kind of give a little bit more of like a neighborhood kind of feel, like that this house does belong. Because then I tried to then find like the stairs and I had to like move over, but I couldn't go very far because I was in build mode. But it's a very similar exterior architecture to the house next door, but it's more on the green side. And then trying to find the railings that they use, and I think I go with like a green style. So the area, I mean, it's this green influence here, but I mean, that really doesn't have anything to do with it. I think it looks nice. I tried to make it simple. It is pretty small. It is for one sim right now. You could easily adjust it and make it just a little bit bigger to make it to accommodate 2 sims. The way that I have the bedroom, it's a very, very small bedroom, and it only does fit the double bed against the wall. And I know there is a whole scooting issue of if the sims scoot or don't scoot. So I can say that I don't believe that they would be able to scoot in this. So if they can't scoot, it's for one sim. But you can easily, I think we went pretty well under budget. So I would say that you should be able to put in, make it like a little wider, a little longer for the bedroom to fit in the bed nicely. And then I did also try to use mostly base game. I like the challenge of only using the base game items sometimes because it adds that extra challenge of kind of using items that we really don't want to use all the time. The beauty of the expansion packs is all of the extra items that you can get, but unfortunately not everybody has those because it's not as, I would say, common to have all of the expansion packs. So having a house build, especially that you're going to put online with only like 1 pack or just base game so people can switch it up how they want, I think it's a huge advantage. And luckily, I would say the base game stuff has really improved. I know they added a lot of stuff recently, because if you go back to when, The Sims 4 just came out and they had all these items that were missing, like we didn't have toddlers, we didn't have pools, and everyone was really struggling with that. But now having all of that, everyone's kind of ready to move on. My idea, before I'm ready to move on, I really want to make sure that I have done everything in this game that I want to do. There are so many components to this game, and there are so many, several challenges that people have made up, and so many builds, and I mean, the content in this game is insane. The Sims team has really put in so much work and so much little Easter eggs and little bits and pieces that you can do that I really don't feel like, sometimes it doesn't feel like they get the appreciation that they really do deserve, because everyone ends up, complaining of they want this and they want this, but they've given so much. So right now, as we're recording this, as I'm, sitting here, it's May of 2020. It's actually the very last day of May. But my goal before The Sims 5 comes out, because it's theorized that it's going to come out in the next year or 2, I want to make sure to do as much in this game that I can, so I can move on to The Sims 5 in a happy fashion, not missing out. I have The Sims 3, and I have it installed on my computer, but I don't play it. It's very hard to go back to that game when you are kind of spoiled with the fun of this game. They're very different games, even though they are the same idea, but they're very different. So there's a lot of things in The Sims 3 that I just never had the chance to do that I want to make sure that I do. And this is kind of my second chance to do everything that I want to in The Sims 4. So I've gotten on a kind of stylized idea of going through all of the aspirations first. So this is the house for my bodybuilder sim. I'll introduce him when I get to the actual gameplay. But I wanted to build a simple starter house. I wanted to fully play the game. I've built a lot of other houses to play in, not really a specific sim, but just fun houses that maybe are realistic. So I really wanted to put in the sim into something that they can do, and something that they can play in. It's not really specific to the sim, but it works. This is where I realized that the bedroom is quite small, and I can only use this one tile dresser from Sims University, or I guess Discover University. So unfortunately, that's you can easily replace that, and you can move things around. But I really did try to put in only base game items. But you need a dresser. I put in the Sims University dresser just because it fit. Also, it is very matching with the wood that's already in that room. So I'm thinking it's fine. It's my game. It'll be okay. Another, I guess, I didn't say like a little trick, but a little note that you can do, if you're trying to tile the outside, you want to make it look nice in front, use terrain paint. But that's pretty much the entire house. I always like to put in the little garbage cans. Sometimes I put in one for recycling, even though it's not recycling quite yet. And then a few trees. I also do have seasons, so the trees are not quite bloomed yet. And then adding some dirt and some details. But it's one bedroom starter home. You can see, this is a pretty large lot, but we still have over $800 left, or 800 simoleons. Sorry. 800 simoleons left, so you definitely have room to kind of play here. So this is our home. Can't wait to play in it.